All right, y'all. Go to buyraycon.com/HHU101 right now to get your Raycon earbuds for 15% off. You don't want to miss this offer. HHU101 is the promo code. Buyraycon.com/HHU101. Get yours right now. Let's go.
Yeah, Métis, I don't even know what the fuck that is. Where's that? Is that
United Arab Emirates?
Yeah.
I forget where it's at exactly.
That shit is. Yeah. United Arab, yeah. Salute to y'all. Georgia,
right?
Kuwait, New Zealand, Switzerland, India, Colombia, Nigeria, Indonesia, Philippines, Kenya, Norway, Austria, Ivory Coast, Belgium, Belize, Dominican Republic, Morocco, and that's just to name a few.
Oh.
Salute to all the other ones: Costa Rica, Spain, Iran, Poland, Russia. Goddamn, we are reaching the world, man. I was having some social distancing conversation with some of my neighbors, man, because I think they was kind of scared. But I was telling them that we do a media brand, and I said worldwide, and I said it kind of reluctantly because I like to mean what I say. And I was just like, I know humbly we hit a lot of people in the States, but I don't know if we do worldwide. Seeing this right here, we going worldwide, man. Salute to everybody that listens to the podcast. It's real humbling, dog.
Definitely, man. Again, we started, man, just, 0 people listening with an idea and the dream, and man, we keep every day continuing to make this dream go, man. But yeah, man, I want to get to our next story, Sam, man, for the podcast. We are loaded today, man. Your number one hip hop podcast. You're tuned in right now. All right, Julez Santana's wife, Kimbella, has lost the petition, Sam, man, to get Julez Santana released early from prison. Now, she pretty much put this petition out on change.org, urging people to support her husband with the hope that he could serve the remainder of his sentence at home. Now, right now, he's actually in a federal corrections facility out in Hopewell, Virginia. Sam, man, he's due to be released, real soon here. But we see people, again, like 6ix9ine and other people, get released. And obviously, the reason everybody, is putting out right now because the virus that's going around, but as well as other conditions. When you sign the petition, and how do you feel about, once again, Julez Santana being released?
He's currently behind bars for a non-violent crime. No one's sitting behind bars because of anything that he said on the stand. Let that brother come home. He's sitting in a situation where obviously he was dealing with some demons when he had to deal with his legal issues. Give the brother a chance and allow him safety, comfort in knowing that he can be away from a virus and be treated properly. In fact, he came in contact with anything while in there, and either fill out his remainder of his sentence on a bracelet. However, they got to do it. You can't go anywhere anyway. And bring that man home, man. I really don't see a reason in why they won't, but we know how this system works.
Absolutely.
And I don't want to say we only see people coming home that cooperated, because that's not true right now either, but select situations. And it isn't fair all the way around. And that's not right.
Well, he's now 13 months into a 2-year sentence.
Come on,
the petition has only got about 3,000 people who signed it, which is really like, if you look on his Instagram, I'm sure he has a way of well over 100,000 people,
yeah,
you know what I mean, that are followers of him. So you got to get those numbers up a little bit. But hopefully this program here, listening to the podcast, will inspire people, to go and actually sign this petition to get him out. I think that, obviously, I mean, like you said, that nonviolent thing, man, is like, when you see that, it's just like, man, get those guys out of there.
Word.
And I mean, selling poison to your community is one thing. You've got bodies on you, that's another thing. But this dude had a gun. Yeah, he had drugs, but he was probably taking it for himself.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? That's not hurting nobody but himself.
Yeah.
He wasn't going to shoot nobody. Let this man out. I think this, it's Julez Santana, but we'll see. I wish the best for him.
So do I. And I'll hope for his recovery. Obviously, he has children. He has a wife at home. He has a career to finish out. And you want to see people that, like, especially me personally, I obviously grew up in my teenage years and my 20s listening to Dipset and watching him rock out, and to see how it's been as of late is kind of sad. You want to see people like that you grew up watching and enjoying listening to kind of bounce back, man. So I hope for a recovery and a bounce back for Julez when he gets out. Hopefully he gets out in time, man. And salute. And to answer your question, I will sign a petition. Where is it? Because I don't even know
Change.org. I'll probably go to her page, Kimbella.
All right.
And, it should be there.
Gotcha.
I mean, yeah, that's all the information I got on that. But, yeah, I'll definitely go ahead and sign it too. I saw Jim Jones promoting it as well on his page the other day. So, yeah, man, shout out to Julez Santana. I want to move over here to this story, Sam, man, about Jay-Z and Meek Mill. We heard about them forming the Organization Reform Alliance. Well, it has been revealed that Jay-Z and Meek Mill's organization, once again, Reform Alliance, will be sending about 100,000 surgical masks to various correctional institutions in the United States. One of those correctional institutions that they're sending to is the one in Mississippi. The Parchment, which is the one that the infamous one that Yo Gotti and Jay-Z got together with to get the Fed to go into because of some of the disgusting, dire conditions that the humans have to live through down there. Also, Rikers Island is another, jail in Tennessee Department of Corrections. Just one of the number of list of institutions that, or I should say, facilities that they're sending these masks to. What are your thoughts? How do you feel about this?
It's a great gesture, and hopefully they're getting to the right places and getting to the right people. But then when you hear about Y&W Melly, when you see why dude got out from New York, when you see other people that have gotten released, they're not painting a picture like everything is all great and safety is the number one priority. Right. And we've seen a number of donations, not only from Meek Mill and Jay-Z, but from a number of actors, actresses, people in athletics, and throughout the world who are able to provide coin to help people in situations, whether it be through the hospital, whether it be in jails or wherever the case may be. You see that people are putting forth coin and putting forth their donation. Or is it getting to the right place? I don't know. Now, we were joking around, and I was joking around in the pre-production. Like, you don't know what these CEOs are doing. They could be using it, pawning it off a commentary. You don't know what's going on in these facilities. All I can hope is they're getting to the proper hands, they're getting in the proper places, and we're protecting people, whether they're behind bars or out here the right way.
No doubt.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I hope the same thing. Hopefully, they can get to those people. We just got to get through all this right now. It's a tough time for everybody, a tough time for the nation that we live in. Hopefully, we can all get through this. But I will salute the guys and the actors and the entertainers like Rihanna who have put money behind it, and even Jay-Z, because I think every major catastrophe, Jay-Z put money, behind. So you got to salute it, man. There's nothing you can say negative about it.
Nah, man. You said there's a lot of people suffering. There's a lot of companies suffering. One of those companies is WWE. Now, we talked about it on the Friday podcast, oh God, about WrestleMania. Both growing up idolizing a lot of those wrestlers and watching WrestleMania. And back then, there wasn't a WWE network for $10 that you can watch all these pay-per-views on. The motherfuckers was $75, and we got to see maybe one every other summer or some shit.
Word.
Had it, obviously with the virus and the pandemic going on, they still let the show rock. They still let the show go on. We had questions about it. I watched it this weekend. Like I said, oh God, I'm going to give my analysis. That shit was fucking ass.
Really?
I could not believe it.
What was the worst part about it? Because no fans were there?
That was the absolute worst part about it. They should have maybe canceled. They should have postponed it. Now looking back at it, and I thought it would do some good, not having any real entertainment and the wrestlers going out there doing their thing. That shit was so ass.
Describe it though. Like, let's describe it for the people. How was it? So people can get a visual.
You remember the electricity. Now, WrestleMania, you got these big, elaborate entrances. You got the crowds going crazy. You got the announcers. This is picture being painted after all this hype that you like, oh shit, it's like a prize fight. When you see a motherfucker walk down and trying to look like a mean motherfucker with nobody in the audience, like, who the fuck are you mean mugging? Like, why are you so angry? And there's dead silence. There's nothing.
They didn't put no fake noise?
No, it's quiet. Like, you had two WWE title change hands in complete silence. Nigga going, like, pinning them, going crazy. Oh, yeah! Holding up the belt, and it's just like, there's no one here, dog.
Right.
This is fucked up.
What are you doing that for?
This is fucked up, man. Like,
walk back in the dressing room silent, nigga.
It just goes to show you how much the crowd really means to all of these events. And it kind of, I don't know if it was a lesson that a lot of the other sports can take from.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Because you saw the NBA talking about potentially doing it, and I would love to see some NBA games, and I think it would be better, but don't sleep on that crowd, man. So what do you think about other athletics getting into this round?
It's probably one of those things, because when you heard them talking about it beforehand, they promised you that it will be no different. But now it's one of those things you actually have to do to see how garbage it was. And I've seen it, and I'm like, when I heard him say it, I'm like, there's no way. The crowd is everything. And even more so in wrestling than those other sports, even though the crowd means a lot. There's other sports, but a sport like football, sometimes you can go to an arena, it's not that many people there, so it's not crazy.
True.
Basketball, hockey, whatever, but they may be able to get away with it, more so. I think because if you think about it, you watch football on mute sometimes and whatnot, and